What's up, YouTube? This is James coming back at you with another informative video. I hope everybody's doing well out there on this Sunday evening. I'm doing good myself. Uh, the reason why I'm doing this video is simply because the other night, or other day, I think could have been Thursday or Friday, Watchmen Reports, okay? He did a video called Apocalypse, okay? And basically what it entailed was worms are in pork. So basically what I'm doing is just doubling down and backing up what he's saying. But apparently we have other reasons, another reason to stay away from pork. Actually, turns out that demons, foul spirits, like foul, abominable, filthy dwellings, okay? And a hog is just that. A pig is just that. So what I am here to do is to encourage anybody that may still be eating pork to stop. Okay? Uh I used to eat pork. You understand? I didn't eat it all the time. You understand what I mean? But on those days of like when I wanted, bacon or sausage with my breakfast and stuff, guess what? That's what I ate. And again, that was periodically. Or whenever I had pizza, same thing. And also on those holidays that I used to celebrate, you know, 4th of July, Labor Day, and Memorial Day, all those barbecue days, you understand? Well, I did the ribs and all that kind of stuff. But I don't do it anymore. I stopped with that, okay? Simply because the Father said not to eat it. It's a filthy, unclean thing. Now, what it was really made for is to dispense with the filth of the earth. Actually, it's actually a biological filth compactor, something to clean the earth. You see what I mean? Something to get rid of disease infested things. You understand? And we're not supposed to take part of that. It is unclean. Okay? Now, as you can just see, as you just seen with that video, you saw that little rice grain that's about the size of a rice grain or even larger maggot come out of that pork when the guy poured the Coca-Cola on it. Okay? Now, but what I'm finna show you here is, like I said, there's a push to eat pork. And the reason why is simply this. They want people sick and also infested with demons. Now, just because you don't, like if you eat pork and you say, well, I don't have any demons in me and this and that or whatever. There are demons that brings about sicknesses too. Okay? High blood pressure, diabetes, gout, all kinds of shit. You understand what I mean? That they could be infested in your body when you partake of this kind of, well, it wasn't meant to be food, but this animal. He was only made to cleanse the earth, to help cleanse the earth, just like buzzards. You understand? They have their purpose, the fowls of the air and what have you. But as you can see right here, it says, the demons and the pigs. Matthew chapter 8, verse 28 through 34. Okay? Now listen to this. Now it's going to be talking about Yehoshua. Okay? Yahusha. Let's say Yahusha. Which is Jesus to a lot of people that don't know his Hebrew name. It says here, when he arrived, and that's Yahusha, at the other side in the region of the Gadarenes, 2 demon-possessed men coming from the tombs met him. They were so violent that no one could pass that way. What do you think? Well, no, what do you want with us, Son of God? They shouted. How you come here to torture us before the appointed time. So right there, and that's verse 29, okay? Now, they know that they're going to be, tormented, tortured, and destroyed eventually. So they said, have you come to torture us before the appointed time? And so in verse 30, it says, some distance from them a large herd of pigs was feeding. Verse 31, the demons begged Jesus, which is Yahusha, if you drive us out, send us into the herd of pigs. Y'all hear that? That's what it is, see? But to continue, verse 32, he said to them, go. So they came out and went into the pigs, and the whole herd rushed down the steep bank into the lake and died in the water. Those, and this is verse 33, those tending the pigs ran off, went into the town, and reported all this, including what had happened to the demon-possessed men. Verse 34, then the whole town went out to meet Yahusha, and when they saw him, they pleaded with him to leave their region. Now, really, they was just at that point concerned about their little livestock, the pigs. But I want you to know something. When those hogs went down that bank and jumped in that water, basically killed themselves, those demons still lived. But notice where they wanted to run. They wanted to be in those hogs. They're still alive now that the pigs died, of course, but they're still alive. Now, this is my point. Apparently, we have more to worry about, eating swine's flesh, which is, pigs, hogs, or whatever, than just catching worms. And that's nasty too. But you are possibly infesting yourself with demons by just even eating a hog, eating pigs, okay? Some kind of way. Now I'm going to go into a story that's talking about a certain type of worms that these animals carry. Now this is an article right here that was posted back in January on the 20th, 2015, okay, that CNN Health reported. They posted. And it's talking about worms that will invade your brain. You understand? And it's actually just talking about worms that's in pork, okay? And they can invade your brain. It could, really cause a lot of problems within your earthly vessel, your body, But it says here, pork tapeworms. There are many forms of tapeworms, 3 of which can readily infect the brain. From a public health perspective, there's one in particular to watch out for. It's mainly the pork tapeworm. That's the main brain one, says Helena Helmby. Helmby, from the London School of Hygiene and Topical Medicine. The pork species known as Taenia solium can infect humans in 2 forms. The first is by eating uncooked pork from infected pigs, resulting in Taeniasis. I guess I'm pronouncing that right. An adult worm residing in the intestine. The second in the larva form through contact with the feces of an infected pig or a human, which can go on to infect many tissues. If the larva worm enters the nervous system, including the brain, it can result in a condition known as neurocystic sarcosis. Infection of this kind can often cause epilepsy. Once inside the brain, almost a third of epilepsy causes in countries where the disease is native are people who have previously had neurocystic sarcosis, according to the World Health Organization. Neurocystic sarcosis infect areas from poor sanitation and hygiene. You can actually infect yourself, says Helmby, as poor hygiene, such as failing to wash your hands, could result in eating the eggs of an adult worm. living in your intestine. Self-infection is common. The global distribution of pork tapeworms is widespread with high numbers across Latin America, Africa, and Asia, according to the World Health Organization. As a result of its higher prevalence, excuse me, people, and due to increased international travel, Grichnia, Klotzes. Man, these people got some weird names. Yeah, I guess it's a GK. Let's just say Grania. Klotzes has been patients in her care in Cambridge who have previously experienced neurocystic cirrhosis. Okay, well, it don't make no difference, if you shouldn't be eating no food raw. Anyway, no food raw, but it doesn't make any difference. Rather you eat pork raw or cooked. You shouldn't eat it because it is an unclean animal, right? And even if you pray over it, the Father ain't finna bless that kind of animal because He told you not to eat it. But to continue, it says cause for concerns. Infections with pork tapeworms are common but treatable with antiomytic drugs targeting the worm. Until now, treatment in spirometral has been surgical. Gee, who wants to go through all that? Pork, it's just not, that pork chop in the ribs ain't worth it. But the recent genetic insight from Bennett's team in Cambridge found that some drugs such as praziquantel, I guess that's what it is, praziquantel, which is used against schwannomatosis, snail fever. That's what it is. Just say snail fever. That's some shit they got there, could have affected. What could have an effect? Certain drugs used against cancer were also identified as potential treatments. Both Helmy and Karina Klotzes are concerned about risk from increased international travel and the global food trade. That's global food trade. Food imports and exports increasing risk of consuming infected goods, such as Helmy, who feels there is a need for more vigilance with food inspection. What's that? She predicts more cases will occur in places like the United Kingdom, where such infections have been virtually eliminated. I'm confident there will be more of this in the future, agrees Karina Klotzes, who has seen patients infected without having traveled aboard. People are getting infected without going anywhere. That's because it's already here. It's a filthy pig, filthy animal, just shouldn't eat it, Those who do travel, however, also need greater awareness when visiting regions where infections are commonplace. But if health teams are ready for the consequences, this rise can be controlled. We need to be able to treat these infections, says Helmy. That's the challenge at the moment. A challenge where genetic researchers could prove invaluable as their sequencing continues. Sequencing continues to reveal the secrets of these parasites. Just to make it plain, don't eat pork. It's just too much of a health risk, you know what I mean? And just because the Most High said not to eat it. But if you continue to do it, you will get sick. It's going to cause you a host of problems and probably even get you possessed. That's messed up, when you look at it in that way. That's really messed up. So basically, like I said, I just did this video right here to back up, Brother Watchman reports, about eating pork, because a lot of y'all might not, you may not know it. You may not even be subscribed to Brother Watchman. You know, and his wife, Deborah, I think that's her name. You know, and so I figure I'll just basically come and, pass the news and then add my own spin on it. And basically to hip you into what's going on with the scriptures as well, with the fact that demons like to reside in pork. Okay? They like unclean things. So then, that's all I wanted to tell y'all. And remember to live your life as though we are being watched, simply because we are. And this is James, and I'm out. Peace.